Well, tonight, family, friends, and the Marion County Sheriff's Department are remembering a deputy killed in a dog attack.
She was a 46-year-old mother, and she was dog sitting along with her 8-year-old son last night at her home when it happened. Police tell us that the boy was hurt too, but fortunately, his injuries are not considered life-threatening. Tonight, we're learning about a history of problems with the dogs who were at that home.
And we're hearing from the Sheriff's Department. They just held a news conference about 3 hours ago. John
Duran was there for that and joins us now live with what he learned today. Hey, John.
And Tamika White was highly regarded as both a mother and a sheriff's deputy. The Marion County Sheriff's Office tells me White worked here at the Community Justice Center in the courts, and they're just as broken up as anybody about her death as we start to learn about how this attack could have happened. An absolutely unthinkable tragedy.
It's very rare that you have a dog attack that results in death.
Police say Tamika White was killed by an aggressive dog at her home. Neighbors say the attack happened just beyond this gate.
Makes you think that maybe she was trying to intervene in what happened.
Her 8-year-old son managed to escape the home with minor injuries.
First and foremost, Deputy White was a mother. She died last night protecting the most important person in her life.
A devastated deputy chief with the Marion County Sheriff's Office says White was a 17-year deputy.
You never saw her without a smile on her face, and she would do anything to help her friends, her family, and her fellow deputies.
IMPD is now tasked with investigating the attack.
Some type of pit bull mix.
Neighbors I talk with tell me the aggressive dogs weren't familiar.
They weren't there before. So she was dog sitting, and I talked to her the day before, and she confirmed that she was dog sitting. And that she was going to fix the fence.
A fence neighbors say the dogs have broken through before.
They had been loose a couple times over the past weekend.
That neighbor tells me White's 8-year-old son came running out of the home's front door, frantically looking for help.
He was in shock. He kept repeating several things over and over concerning his mom. He wanted people to look at his injury. He kept saying that, and it was underneath the clothing, so, you know, the paramedics and everybody took care of that.
I reached out to Animal Care Services about any recent calls they may have had near that address, and in part of a statement, they told us an Indianapolis Animal Care Services animal control officer did respond around 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon to report of 2 loose and aggressive dogs in that area. The officer found 2 dogs in front of the address, a broken fence, and a 3rd dog in the backyard. Police told us on the scene that Animal Care Services removed 3 dogs from the house, not including the dog that was shot on Tuesday night. And Felicia.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. 1 person was killed tonight in a dog attack here in Indianapolis.
Within just the last 2 hours, police confirmed a woman died and her young son was hurt in that attack.
All of this unfolding at a home on Forsythia Drive near 16th and Post Road. That's on the east side of Indianapolis.
Emily Longnecker there for us right now. Emily, what are you learning?
Well, Scott and Felicia, you can see behind me, this is still a very active scene, and it's going to be that way for quite some time tonight. We know from police that this involves a woman and her young son who were both attacked by a dog. Now, neighbors say earlier tonight, a little boy was running around the neighborhood, knocking on doors, pounding on doors, trying to get some help, saying that his mother had been hurt, that a dog had attacked her. The little boy, according to police, had been bitten too. A neighbor called 911, and police say that officers got on scene, and when they tried to get inside the house, they could see a woman down inside the house, but they could not get to her because there was an aggressive dog in their way. So police say they had to shoot that dog so that they could get into the house. They say they tried to save the woman, but they couldn't. The little boy was taken to the hospital. According to police, his injuries are not life-threatening. Animal Care and Control then went inside the house and brought out 3 more dogs, we're told. Neighbors didn't want to go on camera. Many of them are really shaken up, but police say they don't see this kind of thing often.
We have these from time to time. The unfortunate reality is that it's very common with children when we do have them. If we have a dog attack, it seems to be more common with young people. But it's very rare that you have a dog attack that results in death, but it does happen.
Now, at this point, police say they don't know if these dogs belong to this woman or if she was dog sitting. And the reason why we say that even more tonight is while we were here talking to neighbors, there was a man that drove up to the scene and he was talking to police, and he told police that the dogs inside that house belonged to his girlfriend who wasn't with him, and he wanted to get these dogs back tonight. And police said, no, you're not getting the dogs back tonight. They're with Animal Care and Control. At this point, we're waiting on the coroner to arrive. This is an ongoing investigation, but interestingly enough, it won't be homicide that's investigating this case, but the nuisance and abatement unit who will be taking over this investigation. At this point, the woman's identity has not been released. Scott, Felicia?